Hi, I'm Annie, and I want to tell you a story about my friend Connie. Connie inspires me every day because of the struggles that she's experienced and her incredible ability to remain positive and focused on helping others, even when she herself is in great need. I've known Connie for years, and I knew her dad since the 1990s. And Connie's a black woman with three children living in Washington, D.C. But what's unique about Connie is her heart and her story. Connie grew up in a divorced family living below the poverty line, and she dropped out of high school like many kids in poverty. Some years later, Connie went back to get her GED because she wanted to make her life really matter, and she wanted to give to others what she didn't have and what she wasn't given. She was inspired by her grandmother and wanted to offer other people the kind of nourishing and delicious meals that her grandmother made for her. So after several tries, she passed her GED and she went on to get her associate's degree in culinary arts, and she began cooking for local public schools and hospitals. Then she earned a license in food handling, and then she reached her educational dream to go to the local university, where after some struggles to catch up, she finished her degree. Actually, she finished with a double major in nutrition and dietetics and nutrition and food science. She's currently studying now to become a registered dietitian. Her energy and her determination just doesn't quit. Most of us can't imagine what it's like to face the kind of obstacles that Connie faced in getting these degrees, and given her early lack of support. And I tell Connie all the time that she doesn't realize how unique she is. She inspires me every day because she can maintain this positive outlook, determination, kindness, and even a mindfulness practice, even with all of these struggles. And what really drives her on is her desire to help others. So, with no financial backing at all, in 2018, she founded the nonprofit Plenty to Eat, and it's a food bank that serves more than 100 people every month. She leases space near a GED center in Northeast DC because she remembers her times trying to get her GED and her struggles, and she wants to support those people in bettering their own situation. Connie works tirelessly to find the best food, make connections with other local organizations that are doing this kind of food insecurity work, and find grants to keep the doors of Plenty to Eat open. But all of this she does while she herself struggles to make ends meet for her family. And I can totally relate to Connie's story because I wanted to serve my community as well. And when I started Circle Yoga Cooperative, I had a partner who could pay for my living expenses and pay for our children's expenses so that I could dedicate time and attention to my entrepreneurial pursuit and my serving the community. And having been raised white in this country, both my husband and I were able to have excellent educations, and we both had some amount of family wealth to rely on. Connie has the same kind of vision and energy that I had, but because of the racist history in this country, she doesn't have the resources to live while she creates this very needed food bank. I'm sure that everybody listening to this knows about the wealth gap that exists between black and white families in this country. I read in the Census Bureau Population Survey that, quote, black families in America earn just $57.30 for every $100 in income earned by white families. And for every $100 in white family wealth, black families hold just $5.04. And I'll post a link to this article, the New York Times article below. So Connie is a great example of someone who has zero family wealth or even family support that she can rely on. In fact, Connie is the person in her family who others rely on for help. When a family member was released from prison last year, he came and stayed with Connie while he was getting back on his feet. The wealth gap is a direct result of generations of stolen labor through slavery, redlining, and Jim Crow laws that prevented black people from accessing land, housing, healthcare, and education that would allow for the accumulation of wealth. In fact, I've heard it said that in the U.S. we have had 400 years of white affirmative action because white people were given so many extra legs up. So what I'm asking you is this: can you offer some amount of reparations to begin to offset the unfairness of Connie's situation? Can you help support Connie's basic living expenses while she continues to raise funds and work on the food bank? One of Connie's dreams is to purchase a modest house in the DC area where she can continue to raise her family without worrying about having housing. So please, if you can, contribute any amount. And if you can, give the maximum amount you feel comfortable giving. Give until you feel you have repaired the debt owed to the descendants of slaves in this country. I'm listing ways to give below, but feel free to reach out to me anytime if you have questions. Thank you for helping us support Connie and all the people who need nourishment and healing. I really appreciate you.